Just imagine for a moment. You are 65, 70, or 75 years old. It's 10 p.m. You're getting ready for bed. Everything seems fine on the surface, but your body is quietly making decisions that will determine whether you'll feel refreshed or tired tomorrow morning, whether your blood pressure will stay the same or rise, whether your memory will improve or deteriorate, and whether your risk of falling will be low or high. Surprisingly, these results are not just related to the duration of your sleep, but also to the last 60 minutes before bedtime. Research on aging around the world has shown that as we age, our body's internal clock, hormones, muscle strength, balance, and sleep quality change. But the good news is that a few simple habits can help mitigate the effects of these changes. Today we will talk about 5 habits that, if people over 60 make part of their daily routine before bed, can help them achieve better sleep, better balance, better mental health, and an overall better quality of life. But remember one thing. This information is not a substitute for medical treatment. If you have a medical condition, are experiencing new symptoms, or are taking medication, be sure to consult your physician. Habit number 1. Protect your body before bed. Most people believe that the most dangerous time of night is when a person is sleeping. The fact is that many accidents occur while getting into bed or going to the bathroom at night. As we age, our vision can become less sensitive, our reactions can become slower, our balance can be affected, and some medications can cause dizziness or drowsiness. This is why the risk of falling at night increases. Now let's look at an example. Suppose 72-year-old Mahmood gets up every night to drink water or go to the bathroom. The room is dark, there is a loose carpet on the floor, and his slippers are lying some distance from the bed. Just a few seconds of carelessness can turn into an accident that can leave you unable to walk for months. That's why you should take just 5 minutes before going to bed and do this. Clear the path from the bed to the bathroom. Remove loose rugs or cords. Use a night light if possible to provide dim light. Keep a cell phone or emergency contact nearby. If your doctor has prescribed a walking stick, keep it near the bed. This may seem like a small precaution, but its impact can be huge. Sleep is not just rest, but also a time for repair. The body doesn't just rest when you sleep. During this time, the brain organizes information from the day, many hormones are balanced, and the body carries out various repair processes. If sleep is repeatedly disrupted, or you feel the risk of falling or being anxious during the night, this entire system can be affected. That's why a safe environment is important not only to avoid accidents, but also for better sleep. A small change, a big difference. Many people think that a healthy life always requires expensive medications or complicated treatments. But sometimes a nightlight, a clear path, appropriate slippers, or even just keeping water near the bed makes life easier. Health is not built by big habits alone, but by a consistent collection of small habits. Tonight's practical work: just check these 5 things before you go to bed today. Is the path clear? Is the lighting adequate? Is a cell phone nearby? Are essential medications in place? Will it be safe to get up and walk at night? If the answers to these 5 questions are yes, you've made your night safer than ever. And this is the first step towards a healthy old age. In the next section we will discuss habit number 2, which is related to something that millions of people ignore every night. Even though in the previous section, we talked about why it is important to make your surroundings safe before going to bed. But now let's move on to a habit that many people take for granted, even though it can affect your sleep quality, your energy levels in the morning, and even your risk of falling. It's a habit. Proper use of water and caffeine before bed. This sounds very simple, but the reality is much more interesting than that. Do you make this mistake too? Just think. You are watching TV at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. You drink a big mug of tea or coffee, or a glass or 2 of water before bed because you heard somewhere that drinking more water is good for your health. This may be true during the day. But if this same habit is adopted at night, it can become a problem for some people, especially those over 60 years of age. Why does the body change in old age? As we age, natural changes occur in the kidneys, bladder, and body water management systems. For this reason, many seniors have to get up more than once during the night to urinate. If your sleep is disrupted 2, 3, or 4 times each night, the impact is not limited to fatigue. Research has shown that repeated sleep disruptions can lead to daytime drowsiness, decreased attention, mood disorders, and even an increased risk of falls in some individuals. A real example: suppose 68-year-old Rashid has to wake up 3 times a night. For the first time, they fall back asleep comfortably. The second time it takes them 20 minutes to fall back asleep. The third time they start using their mobile after waking up. The result? As soon as they wake up in the morning, they say, "I spent 8 hours in bed, but my body is still breaking down." The real problem wasn't just sleep duration. The problem was frequent sleep disruptions. Does this mean you should drink less water? Not at all. This is a huge misunderstanding. Some seniors intentionally start drinking less water so they don't have to get up at night. But doing so can cause dehydration, constipation, weakness, and in some cases, kidney problems. The correct approach is to drink adequate amounts of water throughout the day, while avoiding drinking large amounts of water about 1 to 2 hours before bedtime, especially if you complain of frequent urination at night. If this problem persists, be sure to consult your doctor, as sometimes it can be caused by diabetes, prostate problems, heart disease, or other medical reasons. Now let's talk about caffeine. Tea. Enough. Cola. Energy drinks. These can all be sources of caffeine. Caffeine keeps the brain temporarily alert, which is why many people like to drink coffee or strong tea in the evening or even at night. But as we age, the body can retain caffeine for longer than before. This means that a caffeinated beverage consumed in the evening can affect your night's sleep, even if you don't immediately realize it. Off effect: some people say, "I fall asleep immediately even after drinking tea." It is possible. But the question is not just how quickly you fall asleep. The real question is how deep and continuous your sleep is. If caffeine is causing frequent light sleep or increasing the likelihood of waking up, the body will not feel completely refreshed the next day. A better alternative: if you have a habit of drinking something hot at night, choose something that doesn't contain caffeine instead of caffeinated tea or coffee. However, if you want to use an herbal drink or supplement, be sure to consult your doctor or pharmacist first, as some herbs or supplements may interact with medications. Create a new nighttime routine for yourself. Try this routine an hour before bed. If you feel thirsty, drink plenty of water, but not too much. Avoid caffeinated beverages after this time. If you wake up frequently at night, note your symptoms and talk to your doctor. Be sure to go to the bathroom before bed to reduce the need to get up during the night. This little planning can make your sleep more restful. Be sure to ask yourself a question. Ask yourself before you go to bed tonight, am I going to rest my body or unnecessarily keep it busy all night? It's a simple question, but the answer can change the quality of your sleep. What will happen in the next part? In the next section, we will talk about a habit that sleep experts around the world consider very important. This habit not only helps with better sleep, but can also have a positive impact on mental peace, memory, and energy for the next day. And surprisingly, it requires neither medicine nor expensive equipment. Only 15 minutes. And a simple routine. Continued. Tip number 3. Calm your mind, not your mobile phone. So far we have talked about 2 important habits. The first habit was to make our surroundings safe, to avoid falls and accidents at night. The second habit was to use water and caffeine wisely, so as not to repeatedly break sleep. But now we will talk about the habit that is perhaps the most overlooked. It's a habit. Relaxing your mind before going to sleep. Most people think that sleep is just a need of the body. The fact is that the brain also needs rest before sleep. If the mind is preoccupied with worries, news, social media, or constant thoughts, the body cannot achieve complete rest even when in bed. A common scene: suppose 69-year-old Fatima Begum goes to bed at 10 o'clock at night. She only picks up her mobile for 5 minutes. First a video. Then the second. Then a message from a loved one. Then the news. Then social media. When she looks at the clock, an hour has passed. Sleep comes, but they don't feel refreshed when they open their eyes in the morning. This doesn't just happen to them. Millions of people around the world are adopting this routine. Why is blue light important? The blue light emitted from mobile, tablet, and laptop screens can affect the body's internal clock in the evening. This light can send a message to the brain that the day is not over yet, which can delay sleep onset, especially if the duration of screen use is long. That's why many sleep experts recommend reducing screen use at least 30 to 60 minutes before bed. What to do if you can't see your mobile? This question is often asked. The answer is very simple. Before going to bed, give your mind an activity that creates peace, not anxiety. For example, read a light book. Listen to the recitation or translation of the Holy Quran. Pray and remember. Do some deep breathing exercises. Write down the important tasks for the next day on a piece of paper so that your mind does not get bogged down in the same things over and over again. All of these habits make the brain realize that it is time to rest. An interesting experience: 72-year-old Salim had been complaining for years that he had trouble falling asleep. They only made one change for 2 weeks. He turned off his mobile phone an hour before going to bed. Instead, he would listen to the recitation of the Quran for 10 minutes, then sit quietly for a few minutes and breathe deeply. After 2 weeks, he noticed that not only did he start falling asleep more quickly, but he also felt lightheaded when he woke up in the morning. This is a hypothetical example, but a similar change could benefit many people. List of problems some people start. T.